أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين باعث الأنبياء والمرسلين، ثم الصلاة والسلام على خير خلقه العبد المؤيد والرسول المسدد حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وصحابته المنتجبين. قال الله تعالى في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: ومن يقتل مؤمنا متعمدا فجزاؤه جهنم خالدا فيها. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. All world religions agree that taking a person's life is the worst sin that anyone can commit. In fact, not only world religions. Ask an atheist, a person who does not believe in God, tell him what is the worst thing that a person can possibly do. They'll tell you to take a human life away, to kill someone. Murder is the worst sin that any person could do. You're taking an innocent life away. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given every human this chance to live, to achieve, to make a difference in people's lives. Who are you to come and take this person's life away? This person who could have lived for another 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. He could have lived a longer life. He could have achieved longer. He could have achieved more and contributed more. You come and take this person's life. This is not only an injustice to that person, but if that person was an achiever, a scholar, a researcher, a scientist, a physician, this is an injustice to the entire human race. You're oppressing humanity, not just that person. By taking someone's life, imagine the many lives that you'll be affecting. How many children you'll be making into orphans. Imagine the widow that you will be making. You will be affecting people's lives forever. You know, the act of murder takes a minute. It takes less than a minute to take someone's life. But the effects that it will have on other people's lives will last it will last, a lifetime. It will last a lifetime. The orphans will never forget their father. The widow will never forget her husband. The bereaved mother and father who lost their son or a daughter will never forget. The pain will last forever. Now this is one crime. Are they cooking again in the kitchen? What's happening in the kitchen? Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. This is one crime. To take one life. Worse than this is to kill an entire group. Several individuals, not one, but several individuals. Now, imagine the causes, imagine the problems that you caused by taking one life. Now multiply it by several, because you've taken now several lives. Multiply the number of orphans, the number of widows, the number of bereaved parents, mothers and fathers. Multiply the number of pain and anguish. This is a bigger crime. Now imagine taking the lives of a specific group, a specific nationality, attacking a specific nationality, a specific race, a specific religion, a specific school of thought. This is worse. Because you're attacking this group only because they are followers of a specific religion, or followers of a specific school of thought, or because they belong to a specific nationality or race. This is worse. This is considered ethnic cleansing. This is the worst form of racism. You attack a group, their only crime is because they belong to a specific race, or a nationality, or a religion, or a school of thought. What is worse than this is watching this ethnic cleansing take place and you remain silent. And you remain quiet. You don't raise your voice. You don't object. You don't say that this goes against humanity. This is a humanitarian crisis. This is even worse. When you're passive, when you're indifferent, when you don't do anything about it. You know, the people of Thamud, the tribe that Prophet Salih belonged to, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punished them. He punished them all. He eradicated all of them. Why? What did they do? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them a camel, and He told them that one day you drink from the river, one day the camel drinks from the river. But the day that the camel drinks from the river, you get to drink from its milk. So they shared the river. One day it's for them, one day it's for the camel. One of the days, one of the people of Thamud, he got up, he wanted to drink water from the river. They told him, no, today it's the turn of the camel. He was drunk. He brought a bow and arrow in front of everyone, and everyone saw him. He killed the camel. No one else participated. It was only him. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punishes everyone. فَقَتَلُوهَا فَدَمْدَمَ عَلَيْهِمْ رَبُّهُمْ بِذَنْبِهِمْ. The Quran says they killed. It was only one person. Only one person that killed this camel. Yet Allah says in the Quran, they killed. They all killed. Why? Because they remained quiet. They remained quiet. They remained passive and indifferent. Thus, they were partners in crime because they didn't say anything. They didn't say, let's stop him. My dear brothers and sisters, today we witness an ethnic cleansing. Today we witness a group of people, followers of a specific religion, of a specific school of thought, that are being killed and massacred and murdered only because they are followers of this school of thought. And they are whom? The Shia. The Shia, worldwide. Wherever you go, you see that Shias are under attack. There's ethnic cleansing. They're being killed in Iraq, in Syria, in Yemen, in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, in Bahrain, in Saudi Arabia, in Kuwait, in Lebanon. Wherever you go, you will see that Shias are being killed. And this is called a Shia genocide. This is a Shia genocide. In the next coming minutes, my dear brothers and sisters, we want to examine, number one, what is the origin of Shia genocide? Who started it? Where did it come from? Number two, the political reasons behind Shia genocide. Number three, the ideological reasons behind Shia genocide. Number four, Shia phobia. You know, just like we have Islamophobia, we have Shia phobia. There is a fear of Shias. Why? Why are Shias feared? What is it that we do that we have people scared of us? Number five, who is the main sponsor and patron of Shia genocide. Number 6, Western reactions to Shia genocide. And number 7, proposed solutions, things that we can do to possibly end Shia genocide. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Number 1, the origin of Shia genocide, my dear brothers and sisters, was not 2 Fridays ago at Imam al-Sadiq Mosque in Kuwait, nor was it in Qatif in the eastern province of Saudi Arabia where the Shia live, where 2 mosques, 2 weeks consecutively, they were attacked. Nor did it start with Yemen when the Houthis were attacked. Nor did it start with Iraq or Pakistan or Syria with ISIS. No. It goes way before, centuries before. Shia genocide, my dear brothers and sisters, started from the day that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam died. The day that the house of Fatima al-Zahra was attacked and threatened to be burnt. Some narrations say that it was even burnt when Fatima al-Zahra was abused and attacked, and she lost her fetus, Muhsin. That was the first day that Shia genocide started, historically speaking. Muhsin was the first victim of Shia genocide, and then his mother Fatima al-Zahra, and then Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Before Amir al-Mu'mineen was a victim of Shia genocide. Before the martyrdom of Amir al-Mu'mineen, some of the companions of Amir al-Mu'mineen, they fell victim to Shia genocide. Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr, the son of Abu Bakr. You know, it's interesting because he's the son of Abu Bakr, but that is not why he was killed, because his father is Abu Bakr. The reason why he was killed is that he was raised in the house of whom? Imam Ali alayhi salam. He was the student of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Malik al-Ashtar, Maytham al-Tammar, Rushayd al-Hajari, Hujr ibn Adi, and others and others and others from the companions of Amir al-Mu'mineen. They were victims of Shia genocide. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, the massacre of Karbala, it was a mass Shia genocide. It was a major day for Shia genocide. Before that, Imam al-Hassan. All of our Imams, tell me which one of our Imams died a regular death? He died on his deathbed. He died because of old age. Which one? Tell me which one of our Imams? All of them were killed. Either killed by the sword or killed by poison. Amir al-Mu'mineen, he gathered both. He was killed both by the sword and by poison. And he gave these 2 qualities to his sons. Imam al-Hassan killed by the poison, Imam al-Hussein killed by the sword. All of our Imams. And we believe even our last Imam, and Imam al-Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala farajah, will also be killed by the sword. There's a hadith by one of the Imams, Ma minna illa masmumun aw maqtul. Each one of us is either poisoned or he's killed by the sword. Thus, Shia genocide dates back from the day that Rasulullah died, 14 centuries ago. This is not something new. And then it became a tradition. Whoever came to power, he made it a tradition to kill the Shia. Bani Umayyah came, they killed the Shia. Bani al-Abbas came, they killed the Shia. The Ottomans came to power, they killed the Shia. Right? You know, there was a TV series, a Turkish series, regarding the life of a prominent and well-known Uthmani Sultan by the name of Sultan Suleiman. Very well known. This Turkish series became very well known. He himself, he killed a lot of Shia. But you don't see this on TV. They don't tell you this. Sultan Murad killed lots of Shia. Up to our age today, the Taliban How many Shia did they kill in Mazar al-Sharif and in Bamiyan? How many Shia did they kill? In Pakistan, how many Shias were killed in Parachinar? And in Karachi till now, how many? In Iraq, how many Shias have been killed? From the days of Saddam, before the days of Saddam, until now. You know, Saddam, may Allah curse Saddam. Do you know how many atrocities he committed? Not only did he murder lots of Shia, lots of youth, lots of civilians, lots of mass graveyards. Do you know how many maraja' he killed? How many maraja' and scholars that he killed? No one killed maraja' like the way Saddam Hussein killed maraja'. Starting from Sayyid Muhammad Baqir al-Sadr, to Sayyid Muhammad Sadiq al-Sadr, to the Hakim family. You know, the Hakim family, they have over 50 martyrs. Over 50 martyrs. Many of them were mujtahids. One of them that not many people know about, his name is Ayatollah al-Sayyid Abdul Sahib al-Hakim. Sayyid Abdul Sahib al-Hakim was a great scholar, but unfortunately he was killed at a young age, not many people know about. Many believe that if he had lived, he would have been the top scholar of his time. Yet he was killed, his beard was all black. He was still young. He was taken, he was killed. This was one of the many scholars that were killed from the family of Al-Hakim, from the family of Bahr al-Ulum, and others and others. Al-Mirza Ali al-Gharawi, Al-Sheikh Murtada al-Burujurdi, Al-Sayyid Hussein Bahr al-Ulum, and others. Hundreds of scholars and mujtahids killed at the hands of Saddam. Was this not a Shia genocide? And it continues till today. In fact, Shia genocide is so prominent that people today are passive. It's not a big deal for them anymore, because they've heard so much about Shia killing that it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal because it's happened so many times. When you hear of so many deaths, one after the other, are you shocked? No. Are you surprised? No. You know, in Sha'ban, right before Ramadan, as you all know, on one of the Fridays, a bomb took place in Qatif, in one of the Shia mosques in Qatif, right? The following Friday, that Friday, the first Friday, you know, there was a lot of commotion. Everyone was panicking. Everyone was talking about it. The following Friday, there was another bombing. But the commotion, it became less. There was less talking, less commotion. Why? Because they got used to it. And if there was going to be another bombing, the third Friday, you know, people would have been used to it. People are used to Shia genocide because it happened so often that people are passive about it. Thus, the origin of Shia genocide started from the day that Rasulullah passed away. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. There are several reasons behind and causes behind Shia genocide. One is the political factor. You see, my dear friends, the Shia have always been the underdogs. What do I mean by the underdogs? Meaning they have always been oppressed. Meaning they've never been in power. Never been in power. Look at the history of the Middle East. When were the Shia ever in power? Yes, we had a couple of states. In Egypt, there was the Fatimi state. In Iran, there was the Safawi state and the Buwayhi state. There were a couple of Shia states, very minor, and then they went extinct. When were the Shia ever in power? Never. It was always the Sunnis in power. In Iraq, in Saudi Arabia, in the Arabian Peninsula. Of course, it wasn't called Saudi Arabia. In Bahrain, in Bilad al-Sham, which is Palestine, Syria, and Lebanon. It was always Sunnis in power. It was never Shias in power. Until 1979. The Islamic Revolution in Iran. For the very first time, the Shia come to power like this, in a powerful way in Iran. Then you have Syria, an ally of Iran. You have southern Lebanon, all Shia, allies with Iran. They're in power, they're in control in southern Lebanon. Then in 2003, you have the Shia coming to power in Iraq. And the past couple of years, you have the Houthis in Yemen. You see the Shia revival in the words of Dr. Veli Nasr. There's a Shia revival in Iran, in Iraq, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Yemen. There were Shia revolts in Bahrain. It scared some people. Some Sunnis, I won't say all, some Sunnis, they felt threatened. The Shias are now coming to power. Perhaps they will return the favor. What favor? The Shias who were put to death, the Shias that were massacred, that Shia genocide. Some were afraid that the Shia will come back and do the same to Sunnis. Yes. You know, a couple of months ago, when Tikrit was liberated in Iraq, some people were afraid. I was reading in the New York Times, the US was afraid. A lot of Sunnis were afraid that these Shia liberators, when they'll come back to Tikrit, what are they going to do? They'll wipe out the population. Is that what the Shia liberators did? Al-Hashd al-Sha'bi, the popular mobilization, when they went back to Tikrit, what is it that they did? They cleansed the earth from ISIS and they gave back the city to their Sunni brothers and sisters. We don't treat others the way that they treated us. That is why they were afraid. There were some Sunnis who were afraid. Now that Shia are in power, they will come and perform ethnic cleansing the same way that we did to them in Iraq, in Syria, in Yemen, and other places. But that is not what happened. That is not what happened. In Iraq, the Shia came to power. What did they do? Did they kill Sunnis and eradicate Sunnis? No. In Yemen, the Houthis that are being bombarded as we speak now in the month of Ramadan, they were a peaceful group. They came to power peacefully. They didn't kill a single soul until they were attacked. Thus, this is the political reason. The Shia came to power, and there are some that felt in danger. The ideological reason, Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. The ideological reason is that unfortunately, the fact is, the ideological reason behind Shia genocide, the fact is that there are fatwas being established against the Shia. Shia are not Muslim. Shia are kuffar. Shia are idol worshippers. The Shia are grave worshippers. Kill them. It is okay to kill them. It is okay to rape their women. These are fatwas. These fatwas exist still today. Read the fatwas of Ibn Taymiyyah. Read the fatwas of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, the founder of Wahhabism. Read the fatwas of Al-Alusi. Read the fatwas of others and others from the Sunni establishment, especially the Wahhabi establishment, but not always the Wahhabi establishment. There are some prominent Sunni scholars till today that advocate that Shia are not Muslim. They're kafir. They're mushrik. Some of them even say that Shia are worse than Jews and Christians. They say this. Now when you have fatwas like this, and they're being mentioned in Friday sermons, they're being mentioned in their books, you're a student at a Sunni Islamic seminary, at a Sunni seminary, and you come across these books, these theological books, that talk about how Shias are kuffar and mushrik and idol worshippers. What do? Aren't you inspired to go and kill Shia? To go and strap a bomb on yourself and go into a Shia mosque on a Friday and kill the Shia? Of course you are. You're encouraged. When you hear by Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab that the Shia are the worst kind of people, and all Shia are born from illegitimate birth. Illegitimate birth. Ibn Taymiyyah says that the Shia are the worst kinds of people, they're worse than Jews. And if you ever find trouble taking place, know that the Shia are behind it. Al-Alusi, in his book Ruh al-Ma'ani, says that it is forbidden to say salam to the Shia. It is forbidden to say salam to the Shia. Al-Dahlawi, famous Indian scholar, he says stay away from the Shia. Shia are kuffar and mushrikeen. With all of these fatwas against Shia, for 14 centuries, the fatwas do not stop. There's a manufacturing of fatwas against Shias, that they're kuffar, they're mushrik, they're idol worshippers, they're grave worshippers. What do you expect? That they curse the Sahaba, they use foul language against the Sahaba. When do we ever worship graves? When do we ever worship graves? When do we ever worship idols? This is 2015. Our centers are open for everyone. We have satellite channels. Our lectures are public for anyone. Have you ever heard us encourage people to worship graves? Have you ever heard us encourage people to worship idols? Have you ever heard us curse the Sahaba? Or use foul language against the Sahaba? Our lectures are online. They're everywhere. We have satellite channels. Listen to us. When have we ever said this? Yet, you see people fueling against the Shia, endorsing Shia genocide. When you have in your Friday khutbah and Friday sermons, you have the imams and sheikhs fueling against Shia genocide, what do you expect? School texts in Kuwait, they say Kuwait is a peaceful city. Kuwait is a peaceful country. Why is it that a bomb had to explode in a Shia mosque in Kuwait? Go read textbooks in Kuwait and see what they have to say about Shia. That worshipping idols is forbidden, it's shirk. Visiting graves is a form of shirk. What do you expect? Same thing in Saudi Arabia. Same thing in other parts of the country. This is part of their school textbooks. Children are raised hating Shia. Children are raised thinking that Shia are kuffar and mushrik and they're worse than Jews. You don't think that these children will grow up having hatred for the Shia, having the desire to kill the Shia? Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. It is these reasons, the political and the ideological reasons, that created Shia phobia. Shia phobia. Today, my dear brothers and sisters, you know, we the followers of Ahlulbayt, we're very oppressed. Because we have to suffer from both Islamophobia and Shia phobia. Islamophobia, non-Muslims, they fear Islam and Muslims. And non-Shias, they fear Shias. We are victims of both Islamophobia and Shia phobia. Yes. Look at, you know, certain media channels, like satellite channels, like Al Jazeera, like Al Arabiya. Look at the hatred that they incite against the Shia. Look at how they deliver the news, that the Shia are expanding. The Shia are coming to your cities. They're coming to your homes. They warn the Sunnis of Iraq that the Shias will come to you and they will kill you. They warn the Shias of Syria. And they warn the Sunnis of Syria and the Sunnis of Yemen and everywhere else, that the Shia are expanding. This is Iranian imperialism. They're expanding. They will come to you. They will kill you. They will massacre you. You see? They let people be afraid of the Shia. They create Shia phobia. Today, wherever you go, people are afraid of Shia, especially in the Middle East, especially in the Gulf, in Gulf countries. You know, I was talking to one of the brothers over Iftar. Some of these countries in the Gulf, they are the most advanced countries. You go to them, mashallah, they have towers and buildings no one can beat. Go to the Emirates, they have buildings that no one can beat. When it comes to technology, when it comes to roads and buildings and malls and hotels and golf courses, they're the most advanced. Yeah, when it comes to human rights, they're the most backward. Shias cannot attend Islamic centers. Shias are afraid to attend Islamic centers because they're afraid they'll be deported. They're afraid to say we are Shia where they work, at college, at a university, at a business. Many people in the Emirates, in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, they're afraid to say that we are Shia because if they say we're Shia, they'll get deported. How many Shia in the Emirates were deported just because they're Shia? They're law-abiding citizens. They didn't plot any bombs. They didn't plot any revolutions. You know, plotting bombs, that's not us. That's others. Others do that, not us. Not the followers of Ahlulbayt. Tell me in one instant that a Shia plotted a car bomb or a suicide bomb. Not once. Not once. That, the followers of Muawiyah and Yazid do that. Not the followers of Ali ibn Abi Talib. But they fear us. Why? Why do they fear us? You know why? You know why they fear the Shias? They say it's because you curse the Sahaba. You use foul language against the Sahaba. You worship graves and idols. They accuse us. Is this why they fear us? Is this why they're killing us? In all of these countries, in Iraq and in Syria, in Yemen, and Bahrain, and in Lebanon, in Kuwait, in Saudi Arabia. Is this why they're killing us? Because we curse the Sahaba and we use foul language against the Sahaba? No. You know why? You know why they fear us? Because we, the followers of Ahlul Bayt, we're not afraid of anyone. Because we're not afraid of anyone. We, the followers of Ahlul Bayt, we have something in our school of thought that they're afraid of. It's called revolution. We learned it from our imams. In our school of thought, we say no to a dictator in his face. We're not afraid of any dictators, any tyrants. We don't accept ruthless tyrants and dictators. We, the followers of Ahlul Bayt, we don't accept tyrants. We don't accept dictators. While they, in their school of thought, they accept dictators. The same way they accepted Muawiyah. The same way they accepted Yazid. The same way they accepted Al-Hajjaj. The same way now they accept Al-Saud and Al-Khalifa. Yes, it's in their theology to say that, you know, we accept these ruthless tyrants. Ma lana was-salatin. No, this tyrant, even if he's not religious, even if he's a tyrant, even if he's a dictator, that's fine. No, not just it's fine. We believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought him to power and that we should obey him. We should obey him. أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم. They believe that Al-Saud are Ulil Amr, designated by Allah. They need to be obeyed. The same thing for Al-Khalifa and others. But when it comes to us, we, the school of thought of Ahlul Bayt, we say no to the face of tyrants. We stand up against tyrants and evil dictators. It's in our blood. It's in our system. This is what we've learned. We learned this from As-Sayyida Fatimah al-Zahra. We learned this from Imam Hossein alayhi salam. Look at the history of Shi'ism, full of revolts and revolutions. Zayd ibn Ali, Al-Mukhtar, others. You know, our Imams, they were killed because they were feared that they might create an uprising and revolution. This is why we're feared. We're feared because we have no fear of anyone. We don't fear anyone other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do not fear death. That is why they fear us. They fear that we might perform a revolution in their countries, especially the dictator countries. You know, in the Middle East, there is barely any democracies, with a few exceptions. In the Gulf countries, there's absolutely no democracies. When you're not a democracy, when you're not a dictatorship, when you're a dictatorship, when you're a monarchy, obviously you have fear. You have fear of being overthrown. You have fear of your own people will overthrow you, will rise against you, and kick you out of power. That is why they fear the Shia. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Who is the main sponsor of Shia genocide, my dear brothers and sisters? Who is the main patron of Shia genocide? Who is the one that uses its oil, money, and revenue to kill Shia worldwide? Which country is sponsoring terrorist organizations worldwide to kill the Shia? Is it any country other than Saudi Arabia? Look at the history of this country. From the day that it was established, in the year 1223 Hijri, which is approximately 200 and something years ago. Approximately in the 1800s, early 1800s, Saud came from Saudi Arabia, Wahhabi, a prince. He wasn't a prince back then, but from one of the founders of Saudi Arabia and Al Saud. He came to Iraq, to Karbala, on the day of Eid al-Ghadir, when most of the men have left to where? To Najaf, because it is recommended to visit Amir al-Mu'mineen on the day of Ghadir. He came to Karbala and had a massacre in Karbala. Historians say that he killed over 4,500 people in Karbala on that day. The founder of Saudi Arabia, the founder of this regime. Not only that, but they entered the shrine of Imam Hussein with their horses. The blood reached the grave of Imam Hussein. You know, the grave of Imam Hussein, there's basements, there's gold, there's silver, there's all sorts of, there's all sorts of treasure, there's all sorts of gifts that were gifted to the shrine of Imam Hussein by kings and emperors. It was all stolen. It was all stolen. Then, every once in a while, they would come from the Arabian Peninsula and perform raids on Karbala and on Najaf. This is before their government, before Al Saud started their country. Now, after they started, in the past couple of decades, look at the history of Saudi Arabia towards the Shia in the past couple of decades. Look at its relationship to Iran. You know, in the 80s, 500 Iranian pilgrims were killed in Mecca. Do you know this? In the 80s. Over 500 Iranian pilgrims were killed in Mecca. Why? Were they carrying any arms? Did they have weapons of mass destruction? Did they have the nuclear bomb with them? A couple of months ago, 2 Shia pilgrims were violated in Saudi Arabia. Maybe you heard about this. I don't know. Saudi Arabia supported Saddam Hussein against Iran in the Iran-Iraq war. They gave him money. They gave him weapons only to fight Iran. Until today, now that there's talks of the nuclear deal between the US and Iran, between the world powers and Iran, the country, one of the 2 countries that is standing against the nuclear deal is whom? Saudi Arabia and their brothers. Who? Israel. These two main countries that have stood against the nuclear deal, Saudi Arabia and Israel, these twin brothers or twin sisters. This is Iran. We come to Syria. What has Saudi Arabia done for Syria? Other than promote extremist and terrorist groups like Jabhat al-Nusra, al-Nusra Front, and ISIS. Saudi Arabia and Lebanon, they supported Israel against Lebanon. Till today. Till today, Saudi Arabia supports Israel against Lebanon and against the Shia of Lebanon, of the south. And there's documents that prove that in the war of 2006, the Israeli war against Lebanon, Saudi Arabia was supporting Israel. There's documents. There's documents. Saudi Arabia and Yemen. Yemen, this poor country, Yemen. I feel so bad for them. You know, this country, it has no infrastructure. They're poor. They're already poor. They're already dying from hunger. They have absolutely no infrastructure. Now here comes Saudi Arabia and bombs this country and kills thousands of innocent lives. Up till a couple of days ago, statistics, the numbers said that Saudi Arabia, the airstrikes, have killed at least 1,500 people in Yemen. Mostly Shia. Mostly Shia. 1,500? Let it sink in your minds and in your hearts. 1,500 people killed in Yemen due to the airstrikes of Malik Salman, the King Salman, in Saudi Arabia. This is them in Yemen. As for Iraq, don't get me started in Iraq. You know, in 1991, there was an uprising in Iraq. Some of you participated. I know some of you participated in that uprising in 1991 in Iraq. The Shia were about to overthrow Saddam. And the ones who told the Shia to uprise were the Americans. They told the Iraqis to uprise. King Fahd of Saudi Arabia, he told the US, he told them, wait, hold on a second. You're telling the Iraqis to uprise. You know who these Iraqis are? They're Shia. Do you want another Iran in the area? You want another Iran? Be my guest. Tell them to uprise. And unfortunately, the Americans, they took the advice of King Fahd and they abandoned the Iraqi people. They deceived the Iraqi people. That is why Iraqi people till today, they have a mistrust of Americans because they were abandoned by the Americans in 1991. And they let Saddam Hussein have a brutal massacre of the Shias in Iraq in that year in 1991. Thousands of youth, hundreds of thousands of youth died in that uprising. Till today, they support extremist regimes, Al-Qaeda, ISIS. They've been trying to overthrow the Shia government in Iraq till today. You know, ISIS, who's the founder of ISIS? Who's the founder of ISIS? You know who the founder of ISIS is? Bandar ibn Sultan. Bandar ibn Sultan is a Saudi prince. His father is Sultan, who is about to become king, but alhamdulillah, he went to hellfire. Bandar, his son, is the founder of ISIS. And look at what ISIS is doing now. Look at what ISIS is doing now. Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. Look at the atrocities that they're committing against the Shia in Pakistan. They support extremist groups like Sahaba. In Afghanistan, they supported groups like the Taliban. What have we seen from Saudi Arabia? Nothing but killing, nothing but murder, nothing but bloodshed, nothing but Shia genocide. Nothing but Shia genocide. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. What are Western reactions to Shia genocide? Unfortunately, nothing. Nothing. Western reactions? Have you ever heard President Obama speak about Shia genocide? Or President David Cameron speak about Shia genocide? Or that we should find solutions? They should do something? Did you ever hear the US government or any Western government reprimand Saudi Arabia for supporting and sponsoring Shia genocide? No. You know why? Because they need Saudi Arabia. What do they need? Their oil. They need their oil. They need Saudi Arabia to buy their weapons. The US is making money off of Saudi Arabia. They produce weapons and they need someone, some idiot to buy those weapons. Who is that idiot? Saudi Arabia. And when you buy weapons, obviously you need to use them. So who do you use them on? The poor Shias in Yemen and in other places. Saudi Arabia has been buying billions of dollars worth of weapons. Well, they needed to try them out, right? So they tried them out in Yemen on the Houthis. Unfortunately, till today, Saudi Arabia is a major ally for the US and for Western powers. Major ally. It's a major ally. They're best friends, and they don't say no. Even though they are receiving reports, the US is very, they know very well of what is happening and taking place in the Middle East. They know very well that Saudi Arabia is promoting Shia genocide. But are they doing anything about it? No. In the West, if a tiger is killed somewhere, if a rhino is killed somewhere, it will get more attention than when Shia are being massacred, unfortunately. Unfortunately. No, not just that. Not just that. Shias are hated in the West. Shias are hated in the West. General Petraeus, a few months ago, he said in Iraq, regarding Iraq, he said the Shias are more dangerous than ISIS. Ajib. We are more dangerous than ISIS? What have we done? Who have we killed? Who have we beheaded? Who have we burned? Who have we raped? Shias are more dangerous than ISIS? Where do you get your facts from? Why do you flip the facts? Why do you mislead your people? Why do you mislead your nations? What have we done? Just because Iran is Shia? Just because Shias have sympathy for Iran, that makes them dangerous? Let me tell you something. In the US, if you deny the Holocaust, you can get in trouble, legal trouble. If you deny the Armenian Holocaust, in Armenia, they say that Turkey had a Holocaust, they massacred the Armenians. If you deny the Holocaust, you can get in trouble. I know in France, there was a scholar by the name of Bernard Lewis. He was fined for denying the Armenian Holocaust. If you deny the Jewish Holocaust, you get in trouble. If you deny the Armenian Holocaust, you get in trouble. But does anyone care about the Shia Holocaust? About the Shia genocide? No, unfortunately. And this will continue. This will continue unless what? Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And these are the proposed solutions. Number one, my dear brothers and sisters, we need a strong lobby. We've been saying this for many years now. We need a lobby. We need a lobby in Washington, D.C. We need a lobby in London. We need a lobby in Paris. We need a lobby in Sydney. We need a lobby in Auckland. We need a lobby in all of the Western countries. We need to lobby our governments. Let our governments know what is happening in the Middle East. Let our governments know that it is time to cut off relations with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a criminal country, and it needs to be what? Reprimanded and stopped and put on court and judged. It needs to have sanctions. This is what's sad. That countries that haven't done anything, they have sanctions. But a country that kills and demolishes and massacres, it doesn't get sanctions. Is this fair? Is this fair? Thus, we need to lobby, my dear friends. We need to have offices. Do we have an office here in Auckland that lobbies the New Zealand government? Do we have lobbies in Washington, D.C.? No, we don't. We have several individuals that work here and there. But we don't have a structured lobby like the Jews do. like Israel does. In DC, Israel is the only one that's working. And Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia also has a strong lobby. Do we, the followers of Ahlulbayt, we the Shia, do we have a lobby in DC or in London? No. We're not even willing to spend money on such projects. We barely support other projects like Islamic centers and schools, let alone lobbies. If we really want to sponsor, we'll sponsor an iftar or a dinner. But to come and spend on lobbying? No, unfortunately we Shia, we have not understood the importance of lobbying. This is one. Number two, our maraja. And with all due respect to our maraja, I love all of them. I respect all of them. I kiss their hands, all of them. Yet we need a stronger position. We need a stronger position when a bomb occurs here or there, in Kuwait or in Saudi Arabia. It is not enough to come and write a condolences for the people of Kuwait and offer your condolences to them and say, may Allah bless your martyr ones, and that's it. That is not enough, my dear brothers and sisters. That is not enough of our scholars. Our scholars need to condemn these actions. Our scholars need to hold those governments responsible. You, the government of Kuwait, 2 weeks ago, you had a bombing in your country. Why? Why? Why didn't it occur at another mosque? Why at a Shia mosque? Hold these countries liable and responsible. Saudi Arabia, hold it responsible. Our scholars have the authority. They have the power. They need to use it. They need to use it. They need to condemn. They need to speak louder and stronger with a harsher tone. Enough with being polite. We're sorry for these dead. May Allah bless them. Yes, inshallah, Allah will bless them. We know this. But condemn those who are behind these attacks. Hold those governments liable and responsible. Scare them. Yes. Our scholars need to raise their voice. They need to speak to Western countries. They need to write articles in the New York Times. Every week, in the New York Times, you will see an entire paper and an entire page speaking about the nuclear deal between the US and Iran. Of course, these pages are sponsored either by Israel or by Saudi Arabia that condemn and discourage the nuclear deal between Iran and US, and they try to persuade the US government from going back on this nuclear deal. Why don't our maraja, they sponsor a page in the New York Times speaking about Shia genocide, trying to persuade politicians in the West to do something about the Shia genocide? Why? Number three, the Shia, they need to defend themselves. The Shia in the Gulf, in Iraq, in Pakistan, in Yemen, in Afghanistan, in Kuwait, in Saudi Arabia, in Lebanon. We need to learn to defend ourselves. We don't just sit there. We go to the Friday prayer. We sit there and we wait to hear for someone to explode himself. No. Let's protect ourselves. Let's start taking security measures to defend ourselves. Let's not wait for other massacres to take place. Unfortunately, we Shia, we're doves. We're doves. We're not eagles. Someone slaps us on one side, we give them the other cheek. Slap us on the other side. No, enough. Enough is enough. Let's start taking security measures to defend ourselves. And number four, we need to tune down the sectarian language. This is something that we need to do. We have some people, some scholars, some satellite channels, they'll come and they'll condemn this person and that person, this Sahabi and that Sahabi. They'll use foul language. They'll curse. This does not help. This does not help. You're sitting somewhere on a satellite channel, you're cursing figures that they deem holy. You know what happens? You're sitting, you're safe, but people in Karachi pay the price. People in Iraq pay the price. People in Afghanistan pay the price. People in Yemen pay the price. We need to tone down the sectarian language, my dear brothers and sisters. We need to. Our lectures, our speeches, our scholars, they need to tone down the sectarian language. Otherwise, we will be adding fuel to the fire. We have a couple of minutes. Let's remember Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Let's come to the house of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. On a night like this, the house of Amir al-Mu'mineen is empty. That candle has been turned off. Amir al-Mu'mineen is no longer in that house. Al-Hassan wal-Hussein, on a day like this, they went to bury Amir al-Mu'mineen. They carried his body and they buried him in his cemetery. They buried him in a grave that was dug by Nuh alayhi salam. The same grave of Nuh and Adam. They saw a place designated by Nuh for Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. They buried Amir al-Mu'mineen. They came back to the house. Kufa on a night like this is very dark. It's very lonely. It's very sad. And it's very depressing. The beautiful voice of Amir al-Mu'mineen that would say the munajat and say the adhan for morning prayer tonight, they will no longer hear the voice of Amir al-Mu'mineen. They will no longer see the beautiful face of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Amir al-Mu'mineen is no longer with them. The orphans and the children who would receive money in the middle of the night by a stranger. A stranger man would come in the middle of the night or during the day. He would cover his face, bring food, bring money, bring clothing. Today the orphans are waiting for that man. He didn't show up today. That man who would bring them food today, he did not come. That man has gone. Today many people realize that that stranger was Ali ibn Abi Talib, the man who would bring them food and clothing. All this time they did not realize who it was. That man was Ali ibn Abi Talib. Amir al-Mu'mineen is gone. Imagine how Al-Hassan wal-Hussein felt on a night like this. Today is Laylatul Wahsha for Amir al-Mu'mineen. Today Zainab and Kulthum no longer have their father with them to comfort them. They are by themselves without their father. However, Zainab alayhi salam, yet she still felt comfortable because she had her older brother Imam al-Hassan with her. He would console her, he would comfort her. She had her brother Imam al-Hussein with her. She had Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas who would comfort her. Sayyidah Zainab, yes, she lost her father, yet she still had her brothers with her. She had someone to comfort her, the family of Rasulullah. Today they received condolences from the people of Kufa. The people of Kufa, they came and they gave their allegiance to Imam al-Hassan. There was still Imam al-Hassan. He would look after the orphans and the widows. The people were comforted with the presence of the Imams Al-Hassan wal-Hussein. Zainab was comforted with the presence of her brothers. But on the eve of Ashura in Karbala, Zainab looked to her right, she looked to her left. There was no Hassan, there was no Hussein. There was no Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. There was no Ali al-Akbar al-Qasim. She was all alone with women and children, a bunch of orphans. On a night like this, instead of receiving condolences from the people of Kufa, the people of Kufa, they came and burned down the tents of the women of Rasulullah. They came and burned down the tents of the children of Imam Hussein. This is how they offered their condolences for the martyrdom of Imam Hussein. I conclude with this. After they burned down the tents, Umar ibn Sa'd had some mercy in his heart. He told his soldiers that it is time to give them some water. Let's give them some water. They brought water to the children of Imam Hussein, to these orphans. Yet none of them accepted to drink the water. They kept on saying, كيف نشرب الماء وقد قتلتم أبانا عطشانا. How do you expect us to drink water when you've killed our fathers thirsty? None of them accepted to drink except a little girl, a young girl. She took the water, but she did not drink. Everyone wanted to see what will she do with the water. Historians say that she took the water and she entered the battlefield among the dead bodies, looking, which is that dead body? They are all headless bodies. Is it this one? Is it that one? Finally, she sat next to a body. أبا يا حسين قم واشرب الماء. أبا يا حسين هذا هو الماء. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. We have been asked to recite the blessed verse for someone who is ill. Let's recite it all together. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. 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 اللهم اشفي كل مريض. اللهم داوي كل جريح. اللهم اكسو كل عريان. اللهم أشبع كل جائع. اللهم اغني كل فقير. اللهم سد فقرنا بغناك وغير سوء حالنا بحسن حالك واقض عنا الدين واغننا من الفقر إنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك. ولأرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات نقرأ سورة الفاتحة مع الصلوات.